Well, good morning, y'all. Brett, Spofford Homestead. Been a while since I made a real video. I made a short or two. But I've done a little work, and I thought I might show this off a little bit. Let y'all know where I'm at on the fall garden. Well, you can see I have plenty of onions. I'm trying to get everything in the view here. I got my first 100 onions out. Now, the first 3 rows is onions. The fourth one is garlic. Of course, the rest is cabbage. I planted some green cabbage and some red cabbage. Red cabbage didn't do very good. I just keep losing them. Green cabbage seems to be coming around. Now, some of them grow faster than others. I've got a couple of them that's developing pretty quick. I've got 1 or 2 red acre cabbage that's making it, but I'm not very happy with that. Just don't seem to be doing what it needs to do. Get the hose off my onion. I got a cotton plant here. I think I've showed the cotton. But we ain't showed the cotton plant. We've showed cotton. I just need to get them off here. It's still making cotton. This is the only bush it done good. Probably because I didn't realize how shady the rest of this spot is. When I planted it, the sun I thought was hitting it pretty good. And I thought, well, it'll be good. It'll get a little shade, but it'll be hot enough and sunny enough in the afternoon, it'll make it grow good. Now, the first 3 plants grew. The rest of them kind of tried. There was not enough sunlight for cotton. It needs to be out in the dead of sun all day long, because this plant here mainly gets sun all day long. And it done 10 times better than any of the rest of them. I knew they need to be in the sun, but I didn't realize that it had to be, hot blaring sun all day long to make them good. I thought they could take a little shade. Anyway, pumpkin plants. I got a few pumpkins. I think the heat got to them before they got good and started. These ain't doing much now. They've quit blooming. I think they're about done. I can see 1 bloom, maybe 2. The other set in the other garden's doing great. But while I was over here, I was covering this. This is not really about the gardens, but this is about this area here, what I call my mini food forest or mini orchard. Been doing a little work in here. Got some stuff started. I got a couple mullein plants started around this tree. They popped up and I let them go. Of course, this is almond tree. I have to look at the particular name. I got 2 of them. I got one over here too. I did have a mullein plant, but it did not make it. It's kind of woolly. I'm letting it be woolly because we figured out this is like a natural filter for the air, and you catch a lot of good stuff and along with the bad stuff. Of course, I got a blackberry there. I had to think for a second. That's a elderberry. This drought weather we've had the last 3 summers now finally killed my big elderberry. But the suckers come up, and I think some of them's gonna make it, so I'm just gonna let the suckers grow. Or the mullein. What I was mainly after is this here. I planted some new trees. This is a Commence pear tree. Makes the little reddish pears you see in the store-bought fruit baskets. Supposed to be a really good pear, supposed to keep good. But we'll see what it does. So far so good. It came in dirt. I bought it from Online Orchards, I believe. Came packed in dirt. Still already had good roots, had leaves on it. They trimmed it way back, but I think it'll be healthy enough to make it. Of course, you'll see lots of mullein because I'm trying to get it in here. If I ever get it seeded out, and it takes 2 years to get it to seed, I'll have it everywhere. Now I've got it up in the front of the yard, but of course this is a pawpaw. Working my way down to the next tree. Got a peach. Now, missed the big peach tree. Big peach tree, banana trees, plum trees, sweet cherry trees, big apple tree. Of course, it ain't got much on it now. It's just leaves pretty well come off of it. Until last week, for the last 2 months, we ain't had an inch of rain, probably in 2 months. Probably more like half to 3/4. Last week it started raining and it has really soaked the ground. We've got over 4 inches last week. This is another commence. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Commence pear tree. I've seen 2 or 3 people pronounce it different. Now we're going to call it commence. That's what it looks like. It's a lot healthier looking tree, and the leaves has really come back out on it. I feel better about this than I did the previous one. Of course, I got blackberries, and I got another pawpaw. You'll see a little, I can't even think what it is right now. Comfrey. See comfrey starting back. Comfrey dies here in the summertime, the last 3 years, because it's 100-degree days and 70 and 80s at night. No rain. Hard for anything to make it. I'm just amazed these plants are still alive, these trees. This is the 3rd one I planted. It is a red Bartlett dwarf tree. Oh, the commence is dwarfs too. I didn't say that, but they're all 3 dwarf trees. I'm running out of room to plant more trees. If I keep growing tall trees, I'm gonna shade some of the other trees. So I'm having to pick wisely, I guess you could say, or hopefully I am. Which I got it's a wild pear. They use them for rootstock. I wanted one to grow because they are self-fertile. It makes the kind of pears I'm used to. It makes a big hard pear. Pear tree, pear tree. This was a muscadine, just a regular old wild muscadine I planted back the first year. I grew it in a pot for my son to put in his yard, and it never happened. So I told him, I said, I'm gonna put it out. It's been in the pot too long. And it took off this year and done really well. It actually had a few berries on it till it got so dry. But the rain was too late in order to save it. I ain't gonna talk about that grapevine junky thing. This, I think I see a little green on it, is a dwarf everbearing mulberry. I think it survived. It just about got it, but I see a little green at the bottom. Along with this one. This was a dwarf mulberry, everbearing mulberry. I cut them off last year and made cuttings, and these are the 2 that made it out of several. Of course, I got another peach tree. This is a blueberry that dies off every year and it comes back. But it's got some monster roots. I tried to dig with a shovel back a couple months ago before the rain stopped and realized I'd probably just kill it, which I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, because it's not surviving here. I'm gonna have to dig now that it's good and wet. Hopefully I can get it out of the ground. But it's been here for years. It'll get up pretty good size, and of course the drought hits the last 3 years and everything falls off of it and it goes back down to nothing. Apple tree. I'd say this one's probably a Fuji apple. I've got a Fuji, and I've got a Yellow Delicious, and I got a crab apple. And I took a whole lot of the suckers and planted them. I thought I'd show you what's changed some in here. We've planted mullein, we planted pear trees. I planted this in it the first year, that's the reason it looks so bad. It's just now getting rooted, and it's kind of dry up here, but I can see a little green on it. It's trying. Now, down that roll there, that last roll to your right, I let it grow up pretty bad every year because that's the property line between me and one of my neighbors. I let it get woolly, but it catches seed. Most of that stuff down through there has been caught by letting the grass grow. A lot of it is black walnut. There's several black walnuts, but there's blackberries, there's hazelnuts, there's different things in there. Elm tree. And they call them elm here. Things has changed. I tried to spread the mullein, but I don't know if it's going to make it or not till it comes back. A little orange tree. I've got 4 of the 5 orange trees doing good. They're the trifoliate oranges. Not a real orange tree, but it'll make a little citrus fruit one of these days. That one's looking really good. I don't know what happened to this one. I came out here one day and it's turned dark and whitish colored and all the leaves has died, and I'm like, don't know. It just ain't gonna make it. But I do let the swales grow up because the swales need roots in it in order to hold the dirt. Because, 4 inches of rain last week, if it's been cleaned off, could have washed out. Another one, another trifoliate. It's taller and bigger, prettier. And to get over to this swale, I found some more sassafras. The leaves has died when I planted it, but they still some green. I've got a sassafras planted here, where I've got one across the ditch from here. Another mullein. That fig tree came back. It was dead the last time I made a video over here, or it was gone when you couldn't find it. It's popped back up and trying to make it. Found out I got a massive fire ant mound here. You can't see it, but you'll find it really quick if you step in it. They are very active. The blackberries I planted in the spring, they are really done well here. They really do like the edge of this ditch line. This is the fill dirt I put in. Let's see. Was it last spring? Wasn't this spring, but been a while anyway. I've got videos of it. I think it was last fall or last spring I put this in. Filled this all in, put these out last fall. It had to be last year. This year we got berries off of them. Actually got several blackberries out of this little group. Next year will be even better. They didn't die off in the dry weather. The ditch holds enough water from everywhere else in this little area. It all flows to me and comes down through my yard and dumps to the next few yards and goes to the river. I don't really like it being here, but you got it, may as well make use of it. So I planted blackberries on this side and got sassafras trees and fig trees on the other side. And the last thing I hadn't showed, it came back. A little woolly because I hadn't done anything with them. I'm using the grass and the weeds to kind of keep the hot sun off of them while it was dry. Which now it's wet, I gotta cut it. But these are boysenberries. There's a boysenberry. I started out with 2 years ago, and they just never really done much. I had 2 berries this year, and I thought they died off when it got hot, but I just let the grass cover them, and they grew under the grass. I've done this with blackberries. which is this is one of the plants I believe they use to make the tame blackberries. They use a bosenberry and mix it with something else. But I let it grow, let the weeds get tall, let it get woolly. It's part of the yard. It's understood that's what I'm doing. Miss Cindy don't like it, but you know, I got results. I can now tie these up now that the weather's changed. Hopefully put them up on some sticks or maybe a little trellis and let them grow for next year. Maybe we'll get some more berries. No, I didn't get a bosenberry. The birds beat me to them. Just as soon as they got close, the birds done had them spotted. I think my little robin that was hanging around here knew where everything was at. He always seemed to be there before I was, so it's all right. We'll get them. Trifoliate orange really grew. This one's tall. I lost a mayhaw out of this year. That's the only one I think I really lost. I had a mayhaw here. This cannot hang on here. It's too dry in that spot, or something's wrong with it. I've lost two there over the last couple of years. Fig I planted last year. It's got figs on it this year. That's a mayhaw. I don't remember which one. If it's a big red or the other one. My tag is missing. Fig I planted last year. It tried to put on figs. It's got some little tiny figs, but it'll probably be next year before it does anything. And let's see, last thing, muscadines. I ordered 2 muscadines. I ordered a male and a female, or 2 females, but I ordered 2 anyway. I'd have to look them up again. The 2 are the sweetest I could find. This one made it. It had berries. It aborted and lost about half the leaves before it was so hot, so dry, but it lived. This one's done a lot better. It had berries. I actually got to eat some of the sweet muscadines, and they are right. They are loaded with sugar. And it seemed to have thrived after we lost the dry weather. When we started getting a little rain, it started coming back and looking better. So, look at that. Still has one on it. That's a good treat. Sorry, but I had to have that. Good stuff. This is a Concord grape. It's what I used to have here. When I first started making the videos, this run here, 4 posts, was covered in Concord grapes. We got gallons of them every year. We lost one around 2017, I think. And it was really, really dry here. And the other one started going downhill 2023. We lost it last year. And it was a major vine. Look forward to it every year, picking them. And last year we lost our big muscadine. There we go. Well, sun's got me. It's early in the morning. So. But some of it's come back, and I think some of it is wild grapes it's got in it, but I'll have to clean out some of this. But it was a big vine. We'd get 9-10 gallons of muscadines every year. Now it's down to nothing. But we get to restart. I think I see a couple that's actually muscadines. We just got to cut the other mess out. That's some of the changes that we've made. Been a harsh year. Weather's been rough. Gardening's been rough, but we're still being blessed. We're still getting food. I'm still gardening. I'm still harvesting from the garden. I'm still finding comfort in places I didn't realize I planted it. Oh well. It's fun to walk through here because You let the swales grow up and you let the property line grow up. I've got a big bunch of privy hedges over here. You find all kinds of stuff growing in it. It's just, I don't know, it's interesting to me to walk down through there and see what I've caught and what I actually got growing. If it's something I want, I can dig it up and move it. If not, well, yeah, we'll take care of it. Yep. Appreciate you watching. Y'all have a good day.